Hey everyone, welcome to Wax Pack Wisdom. I'm Jake T. O'Donnell. I am out in front of TD Garden, home of the world champion Boston Celtics and whatever the hell the Bruins are. I just attended Big Night Live, at Big Night Live, the Causeway Card Show, and I only made one pickup, but it's the biggest pickup of my life, so I'm going to show that to you. I'm going to show you guys that on the other side here. Take a look, and the footage, and we'll get you on the other side. All right, so I'm back home, and I'm not going to draw out the suspense, really. This is the card that I came home with today. From the one and only Matt from Providence, 1909, Sweet Caporal, T206, Ty Cobb, bat on shoulder, in an SGC Authentic, evidence of trimming. Let me try to make sure that it focuses a little bit more here. So as you can tell, I'll try to get the light to kind of go and see. Like, you can tell that there is creasing. The top border is missing on the card. There is some staining on the side over here, but the color is vibrant after all these years. It is just an absolutely perfect, in my opinion, rendition. I'll show you the back, the Sweet Cap 150 back, some minimal staining, a bit of creasing. It's just not super easy with the glare and everything. But there it is. So this was the one pickup today from Matt from Providence. So this was weeks in the making, this deal, and I'm going to talk about how it came together and what I ended up giving up to get the card. And I want your opinion. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you think about this deal and just the mechanics of it. Because I'm not going to get into dollars and cents. I just don't feel like doing that with this particular one. I knew Matt had this card. Obviously, as you folks know, if you subscribe to this channel and you've seen my other videos, you know that I am trying to build a PC of T206 Hall of Famers in action shots. And if you watch my SGC grades reveal, you saw that I got 4 cards back from SGC that were of that, and including the Walter Johnson card. Well, obviously Cobb has 2 different action shots in the T206 set. He has this one. He also has the bat off shoulder. For a while, I thought I kind of preferred the bat off shoulder. The more I've thought about it, the more I like this one. So Matt has had this card in his showcase, I would say since probably the summer. I'll have to ask Matt exactly when he got it, but I think it was summertime. He had this in an authentic slab, and he also had the bat off shoulder with a polar bear back, also in an authentic slab. He sold that at some point. So what I decided to do is that I decided to kind of combine the focus for me of moving my collection towards bigger cards and maybe moving off some stuff that didn't totally fit in my PC anymore, and try to do this deal via trade. So a few days after Christmas, when I went to the Woburn show, the Best Flippin' show, I went to Matt and I told him, look, like, I want this Cobb, but I'm hoping that we could do it as mostly a trade, and it's like a volume trade, like where I would trade him a bunch of cards for this one, and he was open to it. And I told him that I needed to gather a few more cards, and I needed to get some more stuff back from SGC, which you saw in that return that I posted on Friday night. And then I saw him at the Dedham show, and it was the same thing. I was still waiting for the SGC stuff to come back, and it didn't have it yet. And But he was very patient and was just like, just we'll do it when I'm ready. But the thing that I will mention that Matt told me that if somebody had come to him with a cash offer for this card and they were close to what the number was that he wanted for this, he was going to sell the card, even though he knew that I was interested in trading it. And I respected that. And I told him that is completely understandable. I waited and I gathered more cards and had a few more things. And this morning, the weather was kind of bad and, wasn't feeling amazing. Some sort of post-surgery stuff that I'm kind of still dealing with a little bit that everything's fine. I'm fine. But kind of thought I wasn't going to go. I actually initially texted Matt and told him, hey, I don't think I'm going to make it today. But pulled through, got my stuff together, got all my cards together, and I ended up going to the show, as you saw. I pulled out all of the cards that I was willing to trade for Matt for this card. And it came out to that I brought 30 cards with me, all slabs, almost entirely, all but one is a Hall of Famer. And it ran the gamut of cards from pre-war, but it was kind of heavily skewed towards post-war cards, which again is kind of maybe sort of a little bit of what I'm moving away from. But we'll talk about that in a minute. I brought 30 cards total. So Matt said to me, okay, I got to run the numbers on all of these. And why don't you go and shop around and walk around the show and come back and we'll figure it out. So I said, okay. And again, I told him that I really wanted to try to do the deal with cards and not try to have to give up much cash. So I did that. I walked around again. It's a modern show. There wasn't a lot for me at that. And again, if Matt wasn't there and I wasn't, going to do this deal, I wouldn't have gone to that show today. But a lot of modern. There were a few things. One guy had a 61 Fleer Bob Cousy that I was kind of interested in, but again, I'm going to hold off on buying that probably for a little while. And so I circle back around to Matt's table, and he's dealing with a customer, so I give him a minute. So he comes over and he hands me back a stack of 6 cards right here that he decided he didn't want to take in the deal. And I said, okay. And he goes, I'm going to take the rest, and I owe you $100. So that was the deal. So there were 24 cards that I traded, and you have probably seen the majority of them on this channel. 24 cards that I traded to get this one card. And my attitude is that when you have a good relationship with a dealer who's willing to make a trade, and this is the card that you're going to get back, that is not an opportunity that comes around a lot. And again, I know I talk about Matt a lot, and you probably get sick of hearing me talk about him. And he will be coming on the channel sometime soon for an interview. Matt very easily I could have circled back to the table because I trusted him because I gave him all of those cards. I could have circled back around to his table and he could have been like, I'm going to take everything. And I'm going to take all 30 of the cards and here's the Cobb. Done deal. Instead, he walked away from a bunch of cards and he said, I owe you $100. Matt has integrity. I'm just telling you that right now. I will link to his Instagram and his X profile below again. So what did I give up in the trade? Well, I'm not going to talk about every card. There were some pre-war cards. I gave up that Pie Trainer, the one that I bought trimmed, graded a 4. So I realized some big value on that. I gave up some Hall of Fame rookies that I wasn't, I gave up that Bowman Gil Hodges rookie that I think you guys had seen that I had in a PSA slab. I gave up a bunch of the Hall of Fame rookie cards that I have that, especially ones that I would look to upgrade at some point. So that includes, and I'm going to read off the list here. I had a Drysdale in a PSA 3 that was an old PSA 3 slab, and the card definitely would not grade a 3. It is not a 3 by looking at it. So I gave up that one. I gave up like a second Frank Robinson rookie. I already had one. I gave up my Mazeroski, which was in an SGC 5. It's not an expensive rookie. I gave up my Cepeda in an SGC 3.5. Nice card, but it had kind of a discoloration on the front that I was okay with giving that one up. I had a Ron Santo rookie in an SGC 2.5. That's like a $20 card. I want one that's at least a 3. My Lou Brock, which was one of the more disappointing grading experiences I've had, where I spent a decent amount. I bought it raw in a whatnot auction, and I sent it into SGC, and I must have spent over $120 on that card total, all in, and it came back as a 1.5. It's like a $50 card. So I'm going to upgrade that. Steve Carlton rookie. It was an SGC 3.5, probably overgraded, but I'll probably get that one. My Tony Perez rookie, which was an SGC 2, easy to upgrade. And then the one that I was like kind of thinking maybe I would hang on to it, but not, was the Reggie Jackson rookie in an SGC 2. Again, I've mentioned this before, that I like to have my Hall of Fame rookie PC be in 3s or higher, if possible. There's some cards like a Clemente rookie or Koufax rookie that I'm fine with keeping in a lower. So obviously that leaves a hole in my Hall of Fame rookie card collection. So I'm going to try to get those ones back, but we'll talk about that more in a minute. I also gave up a couple of Ted Williams cards, 55 tops and the 52 Wheaties hand cut that I have shown on the channel. Again, I feel like I can get those back. And then I gave up my Jackie, my tops, my 56 tops Jackie in an SGC 1. And my rationale on that is that I want a bigger Jackie card. That might be what my aim is at the National, is to try to get a bigger Jackie card. So we'll see about that. And then the hardest ones to give up for me, just to make this deal without having to give up cash, were I gave up 3 of my 48 Leaf cards. I gave up my Door in an SGC 3, nice card. I gave up my Rizzuto in an SGC 2, it was off center, so maybe you want to look to upgrade. And then probably the toughest one of all to give up, I gave up my 48 Spawn, my 48 Leaf Spawn in an SGC 3 that I bought at Ash's Table at the Spring Shriners. My attitude is that if I want to upgrade those cards, or if I want to get them back, all of these post-war cards especially, maybe the Leafs are going to be a little bit harder to replace. But the tops cards, the ones, the rookies from those years, those are high population cards. I'm not going to not be able to replace them. But what I can't replace, and what is very hard for me to get, is this. And to get it, not only not give up money, but to get money back. And to get it in a trade with a dealer who I trust and is, in my opinion, the best dealer to deal with that I've ever dealt with in the trading card hobby. So I just want to know what you think about this approach. Did I do the right thing? Would you have done what I did? Was it smart for me to trade 24 cards to get 1 card? Would you do a deal like that? Just let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And there's no right opinion, there's no wrong opinion. I know for me in this instance, I'm not going to regret it. So the last thing really quick before we go is I did get a little bit of mail in today, and this was from a dealer who was selling some coins, some player coins from the 60s on Facebook, and he had a Carl Yastrzemski coin that I really needed, and that was this 64 Topps All-Star pin. I have the regular. Now this is like really playing tricks on me with the glare and stuff, but hope you can get at least a semi-decent look at this. It's my Yaz coin. 64 All-Star. I have the 64 regular. Again, a little hard to tell maybe. And then just because to help kind of offset the shipping a little bit, or to kind of make the shipping worth it a little bit more, he also had this Malzone. So this will just go in my Red Sox binder. A Malzone pin, coin, Malzone coin. But we talked about Malzone on 59 Topps Friday, very underrated player, great defensive third baseman, one of the best third basemen in the history of the Red Sox. So nice Yaz coin to add to the PC to go along with the 64 regular coin that I have. Okay, so that's it. I got the Cobb. I wanted to talk a little bit more about Cobb himself, but you guys know a lot about Cobb. I am intending to read the Charles Learson book about Cobb here, hopefully pretty soon, but you know a lot about Cobb. I wanted to talk about the deal today, and we'll talk about Cobb some other time, but just so excited. That's it. So let me know, again, please let me know what you thought of this deal. Hit that subscribe button down here if you like this content, you like other content. Also, please like this video. And check out where to follow us on our social media channels below. Check out our ComC store. We have a bunch of new stuff that just got uploaded in there. And also check out where to follow us on social media, and check out the list of nonprofits and charities. We really appreciate that too. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Wax Back Wisdom. Take care.